Hello everyone and welcome to another video. So today in this video we're going to take a look at this portable SSD, and this is the Crucial X6 portable SSD. This is available in 500 gigabytes, a 1 terabyte, a 2 terabyte and a 4 terabyte version. The one that I've got is the 1 terabyte version, and speed on the box is about 800 megabytes per second. For this SSD I paid about 7,500 rupees on Amazon.in. That is about $100 US. Now without any further delay, let's just take a look at what we get in the box. And speaking of the box, this is how the box look. It came in a cardboard packaging outside, which I took out obviously, and this is the Crucial logo. The name of the hard SSD is written here. A very simple sleek packaging. The speed and the capacity is written here. On the left side of the box you will see the content of the box, which is the SSD itself, a USB-C to USB-C cable which is rated at USB 3.2 generation 2, and a quick start guide. On the right side of the box you will find that the compatible operating systems are written here, but I think it should be able to work with even Windows 7 as well. Alright, now the reason I got this SSD is for storing my data that I had stored on a hard drive. My hard drive was not working properly anymore. Sometimes it was getting detected and sometimes my hard drive was not getting detected. The hard drive had very important data all the way from when I was in school. Some of the photo pictures, my documents, and a lot more important data is stored on that hard drive. So as long as the hard drive is working, I really wanted something stable which I wouldn't have to worry about carrying with me on the go, because recently I've been using my bicycle a lot. I was dependent on public transport, but since after the pandemic I am riding my bicycle a lot, and on the backpack there is a lot of bumps while you're riding a bicycle. Carrying a hard drive is not really a good idea on a bicycle. So I've got this just to be able to save and carry my data reliably and backing up all my data from the hard drive, which is acting up a little bit. So let me just open the SSD and see what we get in the box and how it looks from the inside. Now already from the box it looks very elegant and nice. So let's see whether it looks exactly like how it looks outside the box. So that's pretty much what you get in the box. As they said on the left side of the packaging, you will get the SSD itself, brochure. Let me take the SSD out, and a USB-C to USB-C cable. The USB-C cable that they have given you is just about 10 to 15 centimeters long. It's a good thick, good quality cable, but only one problem is that they should have included a USB-A to USB-C adapter, and the reason for that is not a lot of people will be having a laptop or a desktop computer that supports USB-C port natively. So considering that this was one of the cheapest and the budget-friendly option that I was able to find in the market, it is certainly not for the people who have similar things at home, probably not with a USB-C port. So that is one problem I have with this product right off the box, right off the bat. So let's take the SSD out, and while holding the SSD in my hand it feels very light. I wasn't expecting this to be this light. The body is plastic, but I don't have any problem with plastic as long as the inside of the hard drive works for a very long time. I usually carry this in a backpack on a bicycle or on a motorcycle, so I won't have to worry about that much. I should be able to carry my data without any problem. So let me just remove this sticker on top so that we will be able to see what's behind. And as you can see, there's a very shiny finish that says Crucial by Micron. The hard disk is very small. I wasn't expecting this to be this small. So for comparison, this is a AAA size battery. As you can see, this is very small, just a little bigger than a AAA size battery. This is another AA size battery. And speaking of the size, you can see the thickness is also comparable to a AAA size battery. This is a pencil, and as you can see, the SSD is very thin. So SSD looks very nice, very clean. Now one thing is, the problem is that my computer don't have a USB-C port. So let's see what kind of cables are compatible with this SSD, whether it will work with a normal charging cable that we use with our phones, that on one hand we have a USB-A port and on one hand we have a USB-C port. So without any further delay, let me connect this to my computer and see what are the speeds we get out of this. So let us connect our SSD to our computer, but unfortunately, as you can see on this SSD, there's a USB-C port, and if you take a look at my motherboard, you will see that I haven't got a USB-C port on my motherboard. So what we need to do is now we will see whether this will work with a normal charging cable or not. Now this SSD only came with a USB-C to USB-C cable. So what I will be using is I will be using my USB-A to USB-C cable. I got this cable with my phone. This is a phone charging cable. So let us see whether a normal charging cable work with this SSD or not. So let me just plug this in. So let's take our USB-C cable. Let me just plug this in, and it plugged in without any problem. So let me just plug in the other end on my computer. I will be using the USB 3.0 port on my computer. So here is the USB 3.0 port. Let me just plug this in and let's see what happens in our computer. So the cable is now plugged in. Let's see whether our computer displays anything. So as you can see, Crucial X6 detected there. It disappeared now. So let us check my computer and let's see whether it is displaying our SSD or not. So there is my computer. Let me just click there, and as you can see, it is displaying our Crucial X6 SSD, Crucial X6 SSD, and it is displaying 930 gigabyte of storage. So out of 1 terabyte we are only getting 930 GB of space. So let me right click there and go to properties. So if I right click there, you will see that the SSD was formatted on the exFAT partition. So this is the default partition that they are using on this SSD, exFAT, and I think exFAT is better because it will work on your mobile phone, Mac operating system and Windows operating system without any problem. So our SSD is working without any problem. Let us do our quick speed test using Crystal Disk Mark. So as you can see, I've opened the Crystal Disk Mark, and let's see whether it is detected, our SSD is detected or not. So you can see it is detected as E drive 930 gigabyte. So let me click on single pass. Let's start the test and see what is the test we are getting, what is the speed we are getting using a normal charging cable with this SSD. Let us click on start. Now let us come back when the tests are finished. Alright guys, so test has finished, and as you can see, these are the results we are getting. So we are getting about 42 megabytes per second read speed on the sequential read. On the right side, on the write speed, sequential write speed where they were getting is about 40.22 megabytes per second. On the random read and write, we are getting 27 on the read and 24 on the write. So not a very impressive speed, but as you can see, I am using a normal charging cable with this SSD. I'm pretty sure if you're using a USB-C to USB-C cable, you will get much better results when using this. So let me just try using a different cable. Let's see whether I get a different results or not. So as you can see, I've connected the SSD using a different cable. Let's see whether we get any different results or not. So let me just do the test again, and we'll see whether the SSD performs a little better or not. So let me click on, make sure we've selected the SSD 930 gigabytes. Yes, click on all. Now let us come back when the test is finished. So alright guys, so test using another cable. This cable was a little older that I'm just using, so I'm getting a little. So using a normal charging cable, it works. You can use this as it is. The speed is still decent, but not the speed that I was expecting with this SSD. But I'm not using the cable that came with it. This is a USB-C to USB-C cable, a USB 3.2 generation 2 cable. It will perform much better if you were using on a USB-C port, but again, my motherboard doesn't have any USB-C port, so I'm using a normal USB-A port with a normal charging cable. So these are the results that I'm getting with a normal charging cable. Alright guys, so now let us connect the SSD to a mobile phone. This is a mobile phone that's running an Android operating system. This is the Redmi Note 8 Pro. Luckily this phone has a USB-C port, so we will be able to use the cable that came with the SSD, a USB-C to USB-C cable. So let me just remove this cable and connect the SSD and see whether the SSD works on an Android mobile phone or not. So here is the USB-C port. Let me just connect it here. It is now connected. Let me connect it onto the other end. It is connected as well. So let me unlock my phone first, and let's see what happens. So now let us look at the notification bar. As you can see, our micron USB drive is detected. So let us click on explore, and as you can see, there is nothing on the drive yet. So you can see this is how the drive looks. So let me go into the setting and let's see what we see there. So here is the setting. In the setting, click on about phone and then click on storage. If you click on the storage, just scroll a little down and you will see that our SSD is detected. You can see the micron USB drive, 1 TB available, and if you scroll a little more, you will be able to see our SD card that we are using in this mobile phone. This is the Samsung 128 GB SD card. So because our drive is now empty, let me just record a high quality 4K video, and then we will transfer the video from our mobile phone onto the SSD. Alright, so I've just finished recording a 2-minute video, a 4K high quality video on this phone. Now let us transfer the video from the phone onto the SSD. So let me just find that video first. So let me just click on here, and then we'll go into the file explorer. Inside the file explorer, let's go to the storage. Inside the storage, we will need to go into the DCIM. Inside the DCIM, let's click on the camera. Let's go at the bottom because this is the newest video that we've just shot. So here is our video, and if you take a look at closely, you will see that this is a 721 MB video. So let us transfer this video onto our SSD. So let me just select the video by long pressing on that video, then select move. And if you see, we are getting this much options. So you can see that we are getting a USB storage option which says 1 TB, and that's our crucial SSD. So let me just click on there, and here at the bottom you will see that you're getting this option to paste. If I click on paste here, you will see our file will be transferred, and as you can see, it is being transferred to our mobile, to our SSD. So the file is transferred this way. You can shoot as many videos as you want. Maybe you are going on a trip, long trip, where you will be taking a lot of videos or photos, high quality photos or videos. You can instantly transfer your photos and videos from your mobile phone onto the SSD. So this increases your carrying capacity a lot. So there we go. This was my video on this Crucial X6 SSD. I think this is a decent drive for the price, and recently the price has dropped a lot significantly. The only gripe I have with this SSD is that they should have given a USB-A to USB-C cable, because not a lot of people will be having a computer or a laptop which has a USB-C port. So just by this cable, they are limiting a lot of people who can buy this SSD. Overall, this is a decent drive. It does heat up a little bit, but not that much. I think I would give this drive a thumbs up, and that brings us to the end of this video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.